Hello guys, this is game number 1 of 14K Airbender versus Team Super Minions. So we're looking for game 1 because both the teams lost. So we are still in that,
Impure
both
fools.
teams have a 0-1 0-0-1 stat at the moment. So yeah, we'll be interested to see how this game goes. So there is a Shen and a Vayne Man by both the teams.
We do what we must.
So far, what we have seen that, in most games, if you have a Maokai or a Cho'Gath, you basically win those games. There have not been many games such as that Maokais and Cho'Gaths have lost. So that's a pretty, that's a pretty good strat to know. Lee Sin and Z banned, and then they banned the Jax. Basically, trying to get out comfort picks, I guess, because always the first game is all about comfort picks.
I must not fall.
So, back to the game. They banned the Leona, and then Icarus from 14K Airbender picked the Cho'Gath, and then instantly the opponent team picked they picked the 14K picked the Mastery E, and Team Super Minions picked Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath is insanely good pick at this point because he can get so tanky and then one shot your carry. It's pretty, damning. But there is a pick, I think, that might not be a random pick. So they do go for Echo. Echo and Cho'Gath being picked by Team Super Minions, and then 14K Airbender locks in the Braum, and then they lock in the Tristana. So Tristana Braum bot lane by 14K Airbender. And now we're looking for the third pick of Team Super Minions. And it's going to be a Lulu pick. So they did not pick their ADC in the first rotation. They're probably looking to pick their ADC in the second rotation, if there is any. I'm guessing there is. Some people might just go for troll picks. Anyways, so they banned the Draven themselves, even though the blue team picked their ADC. That's pretty odd. But I'm expecting the blue side to ban ADCs, but they go for Nocturne first, not knowing who the jungler is, because Cho'Gath may easily be the top laner. So the fifth ban going for the red team, and they ban the Fiora, indicating it might be a top tank. So that might easily be Cho'Gath top, unless they want to flex it.
I want a turn.
So they do ban the Annie. No ADC bans from the blue side. So the red team is free to pick any ADC they wish to pick, and they do pick up the Sivir because Sivir goes really well with Cho'Gath, or rather Twitch. He goes for Twitch, has less peel right now. It's pretty less peel, only the Cho'Gath is the peel, and they are hovering over Yasuo. might go for it. Might be Yasuo top or Yasuo mid. Don't know which way it might go. So don't know which way, but it is Yasuo picked. That might easily be Yasuo top, or they'll just swap it back. And they do pick up the Diana, so that is Yasuo top, and Diana mid. Yasuo top against possibly a Cho'Gath, or maybe Cho'Gath jungle. We are not sure yet because Arctic Avengers is yet to pick from team. From team Super Minions, and they do pick up the Rammus. So it's going to be Cho'Gath top, Rammus jungle, Echo mid, bot lane is Twitch and Lulu. Twitch and Lulu against Braum and Tristana will be fairly, in the blue side's favor, because Braum can block most of the damage, for most of the poke coming from Lulu. At the same time, Twitch doesn't have a very good laning phase. Later on, he becomes really destructive, but he doesn't have a very good laning phase. So I expect Tristana and Braum to just, win out the laning phase. What the red team laning phase bot lane should do is farm, more like. So on the other side, I'm really interested to see the top lane matchup because it is a Cho'Gath at the end of the day, and it depends on how he uses his spells against Yasuo, because Yasuo is fairly mobile. And in the mid lane, it is Diana versus Echo, and I expect Echo to win out a lot of the fights because his passive is very good for trading. So I expect Echo to win out. And then we have Lulu. We have the jungle Rammus versus the jungle Yi. I expect Rammus to try to gank. I expect Yi to farm. So willing to see how this goes, because if the blue team goes late game and if they do have a decent lead or something, they might take this game over, because Yasuo can get pretty strong if he does have a lead. And then you have Master Yi, who snowballs pretty hard if you know how to play him. And then there's a Tristana, who is just devastating in the late game. But on the other hand, if you get a Twitch fed, I don't want to even go towards that. So someone just commented, I think TSM win out in the draft. Yeah, TSM or Team Super Minions, they do have a very good composition in terms of peeling, in my opinion. But where they are lacking is their laning phases. I think Twitch has a fairly poor laning phase. So if you can focus the Twitch a lot, Twitch can just fall back, and then you don't have enough damage to deal with, because Echo, no matter how much damage he deals, he has to get in close, and it's pretty easy to focus him if you can land CCs on him. So Twitch is their main focus. And it's dependent mostly on the bot lane, which bot lane, if they're even, or which team is on the lead, because I think there'll be a lot of things dependent on the bot. There'll be a lot of things you need to do in the bot lane, especially in a Twitch Lulu bot lane, because you need to get the Twitch ahead. If a Twitch gets ahead, Twitch basically stomps everyone. But you need to get the Twitch ahead first, because the blue team, except for Braum, they don't have any tanks. On the other side, they have 2 tanks in terms of Cho'Gath and Rammus. So there's a lot more peel for Twitch. So if a Twitch gets fed, Twitch may easily take over the game. That's it from me, guys. You can also comment, which team do you think won out the draft and why, if you want to. But it would be helpful, because I am shoutcasting alone, so I will be seeing your comments and then saying this on stream and probably talk about what you're pointing out. So yeah, so very interesting it will be. So I'll be right back in a bit, guys. The stream will be on. So I am waiting for the game to load. The game hasn't loaded yet. Diana's loading is 80%. So please do comment, guys. I'll be I'll be saying saying whatever you comment on the stream. I'll talk about it if you guys have valid ideas.
A dog meets its owner after 50 years. Look at the dog. It's like, there go. Bhaiya, your dog will be like this. খেলা মধ্যে লিখছে dog OMG OMG
Yeah, guys, I'm back. So
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
the game is starting. Master E is starting his blue. I'll just pause the game for a bit so that spectator data loads a bit, because spectator data does have issues, especially when it comes to loading. So it just gets stuck a bit. So I'll just pause it for a bit. Yeah, let's resume. So looking at this game, I've just rearranged this as well.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Another reminder, this is a top Yasuo game, so not one I expect, but yeah. So both Ramus and Mastery are starting from their blue, the blue. So, or rather, let's call it a blue. I think it's called Blue Golem. I forgot the name. Anyways, so starting from the blue. Oh no. I think Ramus should have early start because he does get 2 leashers. Should be careful if Twitch started poison or not, because sometimes you miss the smite and then Twitch gets blue. You don't want that as a jungler. So anyways, the laning phases has started. Yeah, Twitch did start poison. Yeah, almost. I think he did not smite. Yeah, he did not smite. That was a smiteless clear by Ramos. For you know, for Mastery as well. So far, you know, Diana looks to trade, but Diana did get the level 2 first. That's what happens with standard lanes, you know, the laner who gets level 2 first goes for early aggression, you know, to assert some dominance in the game. Same for Yasuo. Yasuo went there, Yasuo might get a kill, but Cho'Gath just flashed out. Okay, should the Yi try to counter Rammus? I think he should do it at the time when the laners of the red team cannot commit. He needs to go in when there is no support for their jungler, because if there is support, Rammus has enough lockdown to get Yi, and Yi does not have any escape. So he should not counter jungle when he does not counter jungle if you know, if he sees, okay, the red team laner can follow up. This is mostly about follow up more than, you know, other circumstances. So because you do not want to counter jungle Rammus and then see the laners of the red team just coming up and, you know, following up. So that's a lot of damage onto Twitch in the bot lane, a lot of aggression. But Twitch did leave level 2, now he's dealing a lot of damage, you know, counters back whatever, you know, damage was taken, and Master Yi walks in the bot lane, but nothing to be done. Anyways, like, the answer to your question is he should do it based on the circumstances. He should not counter jungle while the red team laners are free to leave their lane. Because if that's the case, then that might be a very bad, you know, situation for him, and he might give the red team a sort of, you know, the first blood that they need. They go very aggressive onto Twitch because they recognize, but there is a gank in the mid lane. A good wait by Rammus. They're trying to take the kill, but there is a TP coming from the top lane. But Rammus might easily die. There's a late TP, a good flash, but there is a sort of gank. But there is a first blood by Yasuo, and that is a double kill. But Master Yi doesn't die, and Cho'Gath takes a kill in return. But Yasuo gets 2 kills. Yasuo gets 2 kills, yeah. Like, that will help him a lot against a Cho'Gath, because the Cho'Gath isn't tanky yet. So Yasuo can you know, show some lane dominance in there. But Cho'Gath does get 1 kill back, but that's a very bad outlook. Even though for one sec I thought, you know, they couldn't get the kill because Master Yi did. And Master Yi, you know, just survived by a sliver of health. But he basically hit the wrong champion. But Yasuo had to, you know, take that. But, you know, the red team did do, you know, late TP. So maybe if they responded earlier, they could have, you know, salvaged that situation. Maybe a 2 for 2, perhaps, or even a, you know, in their favor. But there is a level 6 on Diana. Might be very dangerous, and that's a solo kill by Diana. Echo not respecting the damage Diana can, you know, bring. There is a fight going in the jungle, but he does have ult, and that's a eat, and Cho'Gath gets the solo kill onto Yasuo. Yasuo does not respect the fact that Cho'Gath can eat him. Even though he misses the eat, but that's a lot of damage coming out of him. The bot lane of the red side is roaming in the mid lane. Diana can be caught here. Diana is caught. He jumps on to Twitch, but the exhaust comes by. Braum goes there, but it's too late. Diana gives up the kill. Echo is following up. That might be another kill. But Tristana is there. Tristana's all alone. Tristana jumps onto Lulu, but that's a flash heal from Twitch. Twitch basically saves his ADC's life. Tristana blows both the summoners, but that's now a very bad situation for Tristana. That might be a kill to Twitch, and Echo takes the kill onto Braum. That was a bad overcommit. That was a bad overcommit by Tristana. He wasted 2 summoner spells in order to kill a Lulu who had mana, who had whimsy, who could just walk out of there. And that was a really bad overcommit. You basically gave a free kill to a Twitch. That was such a bad, that was such a bad kill to Twitch. You do not feed a Twitch. A Twitch is 2-0-1 right now. That is not good. You do not give Twitch a lead, because if Twitch gets a lead, he basically destroys everyone. Doesn't matter tank or otherwise. And that is a fight in the mid lane and a win. Very good pickup by Diana. Diana might take the kill, but he might not take another hit, but Rammus is there. That might be a kill onto Rammus. So it's a 1-for-1. Diana does take the solo kill, but Rammus comes in time to just, take the return kill onto him. So not a huge loss by the red team, but it just shows that Diana is getting ahead, which is not very good for them. Exactly, I agree with you, Devastator, that Diana needs to push and roam. But there's a gank in the top lane. Cho'Gath does have his eat. I think he has his eat, but he doesn't use it. Cho'Gath does have his ult, and he should just he flashes out and will survive. I think he should just leave the turret. He cannot stay there, because if he does, he'll give Yasuo another kill. But we can see Echo is roaming. Echo is roaming up top. Might go for a fight. Mastery doesn't have his ult, but Echo gets knocked up. That is a TP from Cho'Gath in the top lane. Another fight, but a good dash by Echo, dodging Diana's knockback. Well dodged, but that is a roam by Twitch. Twitch wants this kill, but Twitch does not manage to secure it. So, but a good attempt in the mid lane, trying to relieve some pressure from Echo. And that's a roam by Rammus. Rammus might have set up another kill for Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath just basically eats Yasuo, and a lot of proactiveness coming from the red team, especially from Rammus. Rammus is waiting out flashes, waiting out summoner spells, going to lanes that might need help, or trying to salvage situations that have been very bad. So, well done by Rammus. I commend. A very good point out by you. He is going for Thornmail. I don't like that. I think he should have gone for Righteous Glory first. Righteous Glory. Righteous Glory is like a staple for Cho'Gath, because Cho'Gath basically has a lack of engage. Because his rupture isn't a very reliable engage. People can easily sidestep that. So I think he should have gone for a righteous glory. A righteous glory would have done him a lot good because he can just turn it on and then head into their backline, apply a slow as well to them. So I think that would have been the best way to go there. But Tristana just gets caught a bit, but yeah. But he just gets knocked up. Cho'Gath does have a double buff. That might be a very bad situation for him. But Cho'Gath does have his eat. He can eat him. That's a good knock-up, and he does eat him right now. Cho'Gath is basically leading him, but I would say one thing. The buy of Bramble Vest onto them. But there is a roam from gang from Mastery in the bot lane, but all goes to Vayne because Twitch is playing. That might be a bad situation for Echo. I don't know what Echo was doing. There was ping to fall back, but Echo went there anyways, and that is pretty bad. Back to your Cho comment, I don't think he should have gone for Rod of Ages. He shouldn't go for Rod of Ages or Ninja Stabbing. He should have gone for Righteous Glory. Righteous Glory just does so much for Cho'Gath in terms of engage. You just need it. Like, he just becomes this beefy tank who can just head into your backline without any stoppages. Unless you get in front of him. Because Righteous Glory did get changed a bit a few patches back. He stops if there's a champion in front of him. So yeah. Yeah, Rammus does have engage potential, but having Righteous Glory in a Cho'Gath doesn't hurt. Because especially but there is a kill in the bot lane by Twitch. I did not cover that, but to your point about Rammus's engage. Rammus's engage is his best. It's a bit iffy because minions do stop you, and the hitbox is the hitbox to land the knockup is also pretty slim. So I think Cho'Gath with Righteous Glory is much more of a is a better engage in my opinion between minions than Rammus, because Rammus can be stopped as well. I think also to your point, yeah, helps a lot, but Righteous Glory does give you armor as well. You can build you can build it later because the Bramble Vest is no slouch because it just hinders you by a lot, and that's a lot of damage, and there will probably be a death, but Echo has to flash out to not give Diana the double kill. So Torment started the opponents is not very good. Yeah, I think Righteous Glory would have been much better because Righteous Glory gives you the armor, gives you the HP, gives you that movement speed boost which you would love at this point, because a Cho'Gath rushing into your backline with a Guardian Angel, not a Guardian Angel, Gargoyle Stoneblade, that's pretty much a dead Tristana. And what kind of Braum ulti was that? Wait, what? I don't know what Braum ulti was that. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna watch in the stream what happened. He dived onto Tristana. Oh, that was a good ulti, but Tristana did yeah, okay, so back to the bot lane. Twitch does have one item completed, Tristana has 0. And it's a 4-0-1 Twitch, which you didn't want to have. But it's a 6-1 Cho'Gath. You never want to accelerate Cho'Gath. Yeah, the Righteous Glory would have been sweet. But there is an engage in the bot lane. Mastery is coming in, but Rammus is there to respond. Rammus might just taunt. And that might be one kill onto Twitch. Yeah, it is a kill. And I'm surprised. I agree with both of you though. Diana needs to roam, but Diana is not roaming, and he should roam because Yasuo's getting hammered, Tristana is getting hammered, and that's one more kill. The Wild Growth comes out. That might be another kill for Twitch, and But Yasuo did TP. I think Yasuo TP. I need to check that. Yeah, Yasuo did TP, and he gets 1 kill, 2 kills, and that might be another kill by Cho'Gath. Now, if he had the Righteous Glory, he would have killed him. That was a Righteous Glory moment. Come on, you guys have to agree. That was a Righteous Glory moment. Righteous Glory, turn it on, go, eat there, and get out. Simple. Yeah, I know everyone will say, what's with Righteous Glory and me? I love the new Righteous Glory item. I think it gives you a lot more after it's, after they changed it. It gives you a whole lot more. It's much more valuable than people imagine. Especially on tanks like Cho'Gath, Maokai. The only composition I think where Cho'Gath and Maokai do not need to make make a Righteous Glory is when they have a lot of other, much better engage, or they have a Sivir in their team. Because Sivir does wonders for these immobile tanks. He just turns out in Doom. Yeah, they are an Indian team. Holy, they are an Indian team. So yeah, there is a gank at the top lane, but he's going to be fighting against 2 people who have Thornmail. Cho'Gath needs to eat. Oh my god, that was so bad. That is very well done by Twitch. Okay, to answer your question, I'll just, you guys are saying he might be smurfing and all, but I'll just take a look at his shampoo. Just take me a bit. There was a fight in the mid lane. Twitch just comes in, destroys someone. Twitch is pretty much fed at this point. Like, he can just basically go in and kill someone. But that is a dive. Good flash out. They are going for the Infernal Drake right now. They are pinging it out. You're surprised the blue team has, 12 kills? Well, they do have, Yasuo and the Diana. Diana was pretty much dominating. But Yasuo lets go of the Rift Herald in the top lane. But that's a good ult by Echo. Prolongs his survival. Eat it. Eat the Rift Herald. I think you can eat the Rift Herald. But he misses the eat, really. Should check the values. So, um, so good, they are, clearing out words, trying to get the words out, but that might be no, that's not a quarter Ramos, that's a Ramos. But they do catch Echo. Echo basically dies. Cho'Gath joins the fight, and that's a Twitch behind you. You do not want a Twitch to flank you like that. Twitch wants to get in a good wild growth by Lulu. Twitch went in too far in and gives Yasuo 2 kills for no reason. So, going back to, they did pick up kills, but that, overstayed. That Twitch positioning was pretty bad because he just went in Yasuo's face. So, the red team, either team has yet to take even though the Baron has been, 3 minutes up, the the red team are in a lead, but it's not much of a lead because it's just it's like, 2k gold lead, like more like, 1.5. That's not much. There is not a lot of differences between them, but the difference is really that Twitch has 2 items compared to Tristana's 1. So, and that is a fight. He does make the Righteous Glory, has the slow, but I think that might be the end of Cho'Gath. Yasuo takes the kill. Now it's almost like a 1k gold lead, a good deal of damage being dealt, but they do ping out that Diana is coming bot, so they're just going to walk out. I think Echo might be caught here. Echo is caught. Echo might be forced to ult. Echo trying to run for his life, but that's a lot of damage in the top lane. That's Ramos dead. But a Twitch just standing there and dealing so much damage manages to survive due to Twitch's heal, and now they're going to push the bot lane unless Mastery comes to defend that. This Twitch has become so fed because he has 40 CS, he has about 35 CS lead over Tristana, and at the same time he has 12 more kills than Tristana. That is such a gold lead. There is like a 4.6k gold lead between Tristana and Twitch. That is more than an item. It's pretty bad for Tristana at this point. So they are taking the buffs. The blue team is pinging the dragon. They want the dragon. Even though there is a 5 kill, but I think that might be a dead Tristana. Oh my god, that is so much damage coming from Twitch. Twitch has a Joran's Fist for some reason. Wait, is he going to make a Frozen Mallet? That's the only logical. Does Frozen Mallet even work for ranged champions? Why does he have a Joran's Fist? Is he going to make a Black Cleaver? I want you guys to give an input on this. What is he going to make with a Joran's Fist? That is a solo kill from Yasuo, but 3 people in the mid lane kill the Yasuo. They'll take down the inner turret and possibly go over to the Nexus inhibitor turret because, well, they can't stop him. They can't stop them. They have too much pushing pressure, and you know they'll take down the inhibitor. It looks like a base race now, and Echo is TPing. Yeah, people are saying frozen mallet. They're like, it looks like frozen mallet. Yeah, it looks like frozen mallet. It definitely looks like frozen mallet. You know, by the looks of it. But they are pretty, you know. Yeah, static shift would have been better. I agree with you, Afjal. A static shift would have been better. A static shift just does wonders. But there is a DC from Yasuo.
A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
Tristana should have gotten static shift, but I don't know why he got Runams. I don't know. Static shift would have been better, yeah. He can't even deal any damage. Static shift would have been better. We are going to start the game. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to bring some water. Well, I agree. Lulu is an unsung hero. Lulu has been playing really well. Lulu has been playing really, really well. So, Team Super Minions have showed up today. They have showed up. And the lead is not a lot. The Yasuo is trying to do something. Trying to make some plays. And you know. I am giving him some credit. Thank you for pointing that out. I am giving some credit. She is playing really well. There is a fight going in the mid lane. Yasuo manages to get onto Lulu, but Lulu just uses the wild growth. Twitch basically dismantles the backline. Ramas tried to, you know, jump onto them. A good slow by Twitch, and Twitch basically kills her with, takes Trish down with the rest of her HP down. And that's so much damage from Twitch. Twitch takes a quadra kill, and that might be game. That is indeed game. Well done by Team Super Minions. Very well done. They won the game. They closed it out. A very good display by the bot lane of the red team. They played really well. I commend them. And now we're gonna have to move for game 2. So I'm creating the next, you know. I'll be right back, guys. I agree with Holy Ghost. They need to ban the Twitch. They really need to. That is like bad, bad. I mean, it's like it's a banned Twitch right now. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had some business to take care of. But so far, yeah, I'm sorry for the wait. But yeah, looking at the team, the blue team picked Darius, Sona, Syndra, Cho'Gath, and Sivir. By the looks of it, it's Cho'Gath jungle this time around, and Darius top. So they do pick up the Cho'Gath. The Cho'Gath wasn't banned, and this time they have a Sivir. You have two immobile front line, and now you have Sivir. He basically walks in. And then you have Sona to provide some CC. You have Syndra who can basically one-shot someone. On the opposite end, you have a lot of CC as well. But it's a full AD comp. Full AD comps are really hard to run. It's like one of the most hardest things to run because they can all just build armor and like, okay, now what? Like, that's it. That's pretty much it. I think this is pretty much of a, a bad carry pickups by the red team, but they do have a Talon. A Talon can go all in on Syndra, but Syndra can scatter the weak Talon, so push him out. So, but also they have a Riven in the top lane. Riven versus Darius will be interesting to watch. The bot lane will be Alistar and Jinx. So Alistar will be looking for engages, but Sona will poke a lot. So they need to be they need to be safe from Sona's poke, and then they have a Zac. Well, it will be interesting to see how they work around with it because Zac does give a bit of AP damage, but that's not a lot. So it's like it's mostly AD damage. So if the blue team makes armor, that's pretty much the end of damage from the opposite team, unless they make Last Whispers. So they need to rush Last Whispers in a sense. So, but yeah, I like the blue team composition because they have so much engage potential now because Sivir can ult so that Cho'Gath and Darius can go to their backline. Then they have Syndra who can stun multiple people or even one person, and then they have Sona who can use Crescendo for a stun. That's a pretty good Zac needs to have very good lane presence. Thank you for pointing that out. Zac needs to have very good lane presence. Otherwise, Syndra will just get out of control, one-shot someone probably. Sivir and Sona just need to farm in the lane and then, provide all the utility they can provide because Sivir is not just a champion that can, deal a lot of, team damage. He can deal damage to the entire team, but he has utility in terms of the ult. The ult helps immobile tanks a lot, and which they have in numbers. Two in fact, Cho'Gath and Darius, who lack mobility. Now they have the mobility to engage. Not just they have the mobility to engage, and then they also have this is pretty bad if they can have the team fights. I want to know what you guys think because I think the blue team have a better team comp. But I want to know what you guys think about it. Just comment. I am typing it out. Acha. So Holy did say that this is a comp for high elo. And I agree there's a lot of playing around that you need to go for because Talon needs to roam. Zac needs to join him on the roams. Alistar needs to get on with the engages, and it's like there's a lot of conditions there. But for the blue team, they necessarily need a Sivir ult. Team fight, Sivir ult. Cho'Gath and Darius walks into the backline. Sona ults, Syndra stuns. GG, well played. Basically, that's it. And I agree with him. This is a very hard. The red team comp is harder to execute than the blue team comp. It's much harder to execute. Blood.
Look up. See the buzzards circling.
So still want to know what you guys think. I'm gonna pause a bit just so the spectator area loads for further disruptions. So I'm just gonna start right now.
Welcome to Summoner's
It looks like Zack is heading for red. He wants to start the red buff first.
Ring. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
Look up. See the buzzards.
Yeah, Talon does. You guys are saying about first blood prediction, and I think Talon has one of the highest first blood. One of the highest
With you.
rate for first blood, so that might easily be Talon. But someone is saying Riven or Darius.
See the buzzards circling.
Yeah, everyone's saying Talon. Talon has a very high, high rate for first blood because his passive, because if he can land the slow from Rake, and then jump in with the kill, and then proc that the 3-stack damage. That's a lot of damage, and that can easily do first blood. And I think he has Thunderlords. I think he has that. I can't check it here, but I think he has Thunderlords. I think Cinder should just wait for level 3 and then trade. Cinder has better ways to trade with Talon in my opinion, because Talon has to come in to Syndra, and Syndra can easily scatter the weak. And Syndra only has to avoid the slow part of the Rake. That means the return part of it, because the return part is where it slows, and it's pretty it's pretty easy if the slow lands for Talon to just trade. Syndra has cleanse though. I don't know why the cleanse. There's only 2 stuns in their team, and one is Alistar, which is a channeling, which is channeling at the same time, and the other one is Riven. I don't know. I don't like this. I don't like the cleanse pickup. You should have gone for either barrier or ghost. Ghost does work well. Heal is fine, but I think barrier or ghost should be the optimum one, because ghost provides Syndra with more roaming capabilities, and a very good roaming mid laner is good for the team. So yeah, and there it is, the Thunderlord's damage. As I said, you need to only avoid the slow. If you can't avoid the slow from Talon's Rake, then you are in big trouble. Sivir is farming pretty well, taking the CS, but Sona isn't poking a lot. That's pretty surprising. I would expect Sona to, poke, because she does have Ancient Coin right now. But there seems to be a gank in the top lane, but Cho'Gath misses the Rupture. Like I said, Cho'Gath jungle has only one problem. That is the Rupture. The Rupture isn't, a very good. Rupture isn't a very good ganking tool. It's pretty slow. It can be dodgeable. Good scatter the weak, but he does get hit by the slow still. You need to dodge the slow, man. And that is a very good jump by Talon. A top lane scuffle, but I don't know why Darius walked in there. Darius should just stay as far behind as possible. Zack is trying to engage in the bot lane. A spell shield proc just in case Zack landed. But Zack takes a lot of damage from Sivir. Oh! They almost killed Jinx, but Jinx has to pop the heal. Zack needs to have early game, damage, but he needs the follow-up from Alistar. Alistar was pretty far behind. That was not a very good ganking time. They needed Alistar to come up with, now that's a very good Q by Darius. You need to Q like that. No, Q, while challenging the Q, you need to make sure Driven is in the outer circle. And that is a good bit of poke by Sona. Sona needs to poke more. With the Ancient Coin, she gets a lot of mana back. So the mana is pretty helpful. I don't think ganking a Darius is pretty wise decision. A good pull by Darius, dealing some more damage, and the minion will damage him more. A flash engage, but that was a good flash by Sona. The spell shield comes in, Sivir ultis as well, but I think that might be a pull, and that might be two plus wasted, and suddenly Cho'Gath comes in. That might be first blood but Sona takes the first blood. Alistar also dies. Cho'Gath coming right on the nick of time, saving his ADC from challenging Alistar. And that's another pull by Darius. Darius does not have enough mana. He should just back off. I think this is not a very good decision. That might be an ult. That might be a dive. But that's a good flash by Darius, saving himself. Well done by good reactions by Darius, flashing that out. But Cho'Gath has to flash in the jungle because he got too ambitious by almost got executed. Cho'Gath 0, jungle minions 1. Go jungle minions. Syndra's pretty far behind in farm. I did not expect that. Like, really. Maybe Talon is playing pretty well. I'm just following wherever, the directed camera is showing. So, I don't know what's happening in the mid lane, but anyway, there is an engage again by Riven. Riven trading really well. To note, everyone in both the bot laners of the blue team, of the red team are down there. Both sides of bot lane have all their summoners down, so this might be a good place for both to gank. Darius going for a re-engage, trying to heal, should deal another damage, but that's a Darius. You do not fight a Darius when you have 5 stacks. So, so far Sivir does have a third. Talon does take a solo kill, and Severe does have a 30 CS lead over Severe does have a big lead on CS and kill and assist. Well, it's pretty much in the lead in the opposite ADC. So yeah, Darius. So there is a CS lead for Riven in the top lane. There is a CS lead for Talon in the mid lane. There's a CS lead for Sivir in the bot lane. So far, but that's a good crescendo and gets a kill. But that doesn't channel it enough, and the TP was cancelled. And that's a solo kill for Riven, but that might be a dead Alistar. And Sona takes the kill. Cho'Gath is there, but Cho'Gath doesn't want to fight. So Sivir is farming pretty well. Talon wants to get the kill, but that's a very good spell shield. Saves his life. Sivir flashes to take the kill. Very well played by Sivir. Sivir has played that so well. A good spell shield by Sivir. A very good outplay. To note, everyone, they did both these teams did lose game series number 1, so they are trying to get their first win. I'm gonna have to pause here a bit because it is getting stuck, just for a little while, so that the spectator data comes in. Well, wow. My spectator is stuck. I'm gonna go. I don't know, why isn't it downloading?
Okay, let me know when you're.
Oh, Shai is here. Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you let me know what time you're at?
My spectator is still stuck. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I'm going to restart the spectator. Come on. This is. I don't know what went wrong here. It was just fine, and then it just got stuck. Sometimes I hate this League client, man.
Yeah, the new spectator is quite buggy. Sometimes it gets stuck, sometimes it says fail to download spectator data and just crashes by itself.
And it says, "Hey man, you don't deserve spectator." I'm like, what are you talking about?
Anyway, let me know what time you're at when you do manage to connect, okay?
Yeah, okay. Spectator is coming back again probably. It's just in the loading screen. So, have you been watching the game so far? What do you...
From the last final I saw, the red team are a bit behind, right? The blue team
Yeah.
is winning the game so far. And they're taking full advantage of the lead they have till now. Because I guess while your client was stuck down, there was a fight in the bot lane that the blue team did come out ahead in. The red team got a few kills, but
Yeah,
still the blue team
I
won.
said that before. The blue team have an easier team composition to run. They just ult with Sivir and Cho'Gath and Darius walks in. Simple. That's how simple it is. But so far, I like how Ramiro is playing Talon. He's playing it well. Ah, I don't know what's wrong with Spectator today. Maybe I'll have to adjust a bitrate after this game. It just takes too much data.
Have you reconnected yet?
No, Talon is 80%.
Okay. So yeah, they managed to finally shut down the Sivir. It took 4 of them talent to go there, and he died in the process. So yeah, the Sivir is causing a lot of trouble for the red team right now.
Yeah,
She's ahead so far of the Jinx that it takes like at least 2 or 3 extra members to just take her down right now.
yeah. I think my Spectator will load now. Please load.
Let's hope so.
Still waiting on Spectator. Spectator did start. It started and then stuck again.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's stuck. Oh. Yeah, it's stuck again. Spectator is not loading. I'll be right back with the stream. I think I need to restart the stream, adjust bitrates and stuff. Something that's going wrong.
Okay.
1 second.